Good morning! It's bright and early and it's a Friday morning and I'm Laura and I'm from Your Last Resort Home Organization and Staging Solutions here in the Annapolis Valley, and we are back today. It's Friday again, so we're back and talking about another set of home organization tips that you can apply in your own house. So today we are talking about jewelry and how to organize your jewelry. And when I was going through and looking for somebody to come on to talk about their jewelry, I had asked my sister and my sister-in-law and a few other people who I won't mention, who said, no, my jewelry is just a big mess. And it really confirmed that this is a topic we need to cover. So I have brought on with me today my very special friend, Nancy Henry.
Hi!
So most people would probably recognize Nancy from Center Stage Theater or just about everywhere in the community. She's a wonderful person, and she's such a great sport to come on at 8 o'clock.
Oh, it's nothing.
Yeah, she said she's been up for a while, so so to come on this morning to talk about how to organize jewelry. So, so we're gonna have some fun here this morning and show you a few different things. So, first of all, Nancy and I were just chatting about the different personality types of organization, and this is kind of something that I've noticed a bit too when working with clients, and even the difference between Raina and Jennifer and myself. When I like to organize something, I like to go with the function of it first. It needs to be functional, it needs to be a good system, and then maybe I'll make it pretty. I like things tucked away. I like them hidden away.
Oh, Laura.
And what about you, Nancy? What do you do?
Oh, we are not compatible at all.
Oh no. What's your style?
Well, what I do have hooks that I put jewelry on, ones that I use or wear mostly. And then, of course, I have my drawers.
So we're going to give a little tour, but Nancy's more of a visual. She likes things out and like to see things and have things visual than where I am more tucked away. So Nancy was a very kind sport, and she's going to give us a tour of how she organizes. Do you call it her jewelry systems? I'm going to flip the camera around, Nancy, and you are going to give us a tour, please.
All right. Well, we can start over here. This is what I mean by my hooks. I do like scarves as well.
Yes.
So I have jewelry hanging here that is some of my particular favorites. And then over here, Laura, it's just too tucked away, Laura. Get out. And I have several little jewelry boxes. I keep thinking I want a big one, but it never works out, eh? I have drawers like this, and then I have a few things like this as well, but I tuck things away, for want of a better word. But
all right, we want to see Nancy's drawer here.
My drawer. I do believe in just throwing jewelry into a drawer and waiting till it tangles up before I really need it. And this is my tucked away drawer. And I do look through it every once in a while, and I grab a handful and went, and I drop it back in.
And this is one of the things that I heard from a lot of people when I was asking, how do you organize your jewelry? And they're like, well, it's in one big bag, and it's a big tangled mess, or it's in one drawer, and it's a big tangled mess.
You got it. You got it.
So what we're going to do today, I'm going to flip back around here, and I'm going to show you a couple of options here of different things that you can do to help organize your jewelry. And again, the first step is to find out what your personality type is. Do you like things tucked away? Do you like it visual? That's your first step you need to know. So for me, I'll show you, actually I'm going to flip it back around and I'll show you what I do. On my dresser, I have a lot of these little boxes. And so in the drawers, see now I've had it in the car so it's all slid to the back, but so there's my toe ring and anklets. I've got earrings in this one and brooches and pins in that one. So they're all categorized in these little boxes. But what I do over here, and this is my system here, is, again, it's not pretty, but it's tucked away behind a picture frame, so you can't even see it. It's just a box, and I probably could get a nice basket from Dollarama, or this is just a box from Dollarama, I should say, but I could get a really nice basket. But what I've done is each one of my necklaces is in a craft bag, which you can also buy at the dollar store. So I have oodles of necklaces here in craft bags. I know what I own, so I know what no, I'm making a mess because I'm doing this one-handed.
Just leave it all you.
Nancy's making fun of me here, but so I know what I own, so I know when I'm wearing what I can go for. So, but they're not getting in a big tangled mess. They're tucked away in behind a picture frame, and so that's just an easy way of a solution that I've come up with in my room to make it so it's not visual, it's tucked away, and it's not getting in a big tangled mess. Now, I also want to show you here. This one is from our partner Jennifer. It's her daughter Mila's, but Jennifer says she has exactly the same thing. This is on a hook, and it has little tiny pouches here, and so Jen has hers all filled with her jewelry, and this is her daughter's that her daughter graciously let us use today, and it's actually double-sided. Oh, sorry, Nancy. Oh, don't show the don't show the closet. And she's got her little toys on the other side. But Jen has hers hung in her closet or in the bathroom with these little pouches, and this is a really great solution as well. Now, the final thing is going for the beautiful display. Nancy, do you want to show us here? Give us a on the wall here.
This is beautiful. I wish it were mine, but I love this idea of taking mementos from the family, perhaps, and representing different members of the family, and the lace and so on, and picking jewelry maybe from a person that it belonged to, or representing it. This lady's daughter is Rose, so there's a rose in the center. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. The whole thing
it is absolutely beautiful. So this was made by a friend of mine in Port Williams, Aileen Greeter, and she's made several of these, and this one's empty just because she let me borrow it for the video for transportation. But what you do is you hang necklaces off the brooches.
Wow.
And I will post in the comments one of hers that I took a picture of that was full. But you can clip your earrings on here, all along here. In here, you can put your bracelets. See, I know, isn't it gorgeous? So what she told me she did was she just finds antique frames, who knows where and everywhere. And then behind it on this is a piece of foam core. Underneath, it's a foam core, but she's put a little bit of quilting batting around the foam core, and then she's just tacked down the material over top, and then found these bits of laces that she had that were important in her family, and she hand sewed those on, but she said you could glue it on as well, and put this all together. And at the very back is another piece of foam core, just sealing it all together. And really, if you're crafty, a really simple, gorgeous idea. As I said, I'll post in the comments one that she has filled up because you can really get a sense, but it gives you lots of places to drape jewelry, and what a beautiful display. So the other thing that we can do is, we're going to talk about repurposing jewelry, and there's other ways that you can use. Nancy's back, and she's going to show us a piece of jewelry that she has, and tell us this one here. We're talking about this one here.
This is a ring, and people might think it's my engagement ring, but it isn't. That broke. But anyway, this started off life as a tie pin for my grandfather in Ireland, and I'm not sure when it happened, but it was made into a ring for my mother many, many years ago. The ring, the stone was an opal, but that was lost quite a while ago. So probably 35 years ago, my mother said, I'd like you to have this ring, and you choose the stone that you would like to have in it, and I chose a blue sapphire. We also had to replace one of the diamonds, and it was such an old-fashioned setting. The jeweler said he couldn't quite get it the same, but that was okay. It was very special to me, and I wear it in memory of my grandfather and mother, and my connection to that side of my family.
That's beautiful. So it was originally a tie pin turned into, and I think that's something you probably go to a jewelry store now, even today.
Yes, and I would recommend Reed's. They're fabulous.
Yes, yeah, they are, and they can help you decide what to do. And I mean, I've seen other people too taking rings and wearing them as a necklace as well. Yes. So that is another option. But Nancy has another thing that she just showed me this morning that is so beautiful. So she's going to give us another tour. I'm going to flip around again. She's going to show us in her front entranceway what she has. And she had these created at the Perfect Corner in Wolfville.
These were items of my mother's side of the family, and my father's as well. It has their wedding pictures with some beads and jewelry as part of a tablecloth that I remember my mother using when she would have her bridge parties, and sandwiches on it. So that's always a wonderful memory of mine. My mother was a curler, and she had many pins and so on from her curling days. So we use that in one of the pictures. And over here is a memory of my mother and I when we did a trip to Ireland, and that is a pin from Connemara. And then she gave me some jewels along the way that meant a great deal to me, and I didn't want to get them lost, and my father's watch. So I put those in a shadow box. But this one is very special.
I love this one.
Is part of a tablecloth that my mother crocheted many years ago, and it has her necklace. And in the picture, I'm not sure if you can see it, but she is wearing the same necklace that is on display here. So these are just things that I wanted to keep and not get tucked away and not get lost and tangled up in a drawer. So
and you can still enjoy them every day, because these are in Nancy's main entranceway, and yeah, you can see exactly a beautiful. And this was the perfect corner in
Wolfville. Kathy DeVoe at the time. She's Kathy Hempsel now.
So you can find her too, and they can help you kind of create these shadow boxes too. Or so they're very beautiful. So the other thing that I want to talk about too is Nancy already mentioned Reed's Jewelers, and I talked to them about what do we need to do for insurance purposes for our jewelry, and so one of the things, I've got some notes here because I don't want to forget what I said, but they said to take pictures of, especially of your important or valuable jewelry. Take pictures, write down the details, and you need to get appraisals as well. And they said they do have some clinics from time to time in Reed Jewelers or any of the jewelry stores, but most of the times you need to go to Halifax. So for insurance purposes, then in case there's a fire or a theft within your home, you have those details, because they can't really go on memory or what you think it is. So if you have something that is a piece of jewelry that is really valuable, they do recommend, as I say, taking pictures of it, writing down the details, getting the appraisal certificate, and even keeping that in a fire-safe box or in your safety deposit box as well. They can also they also recommend doing ring checks. I don't know, is that something you do, Nancy? Like,
yes, I do.
You want to talk about that?
I take it to Reed's when they have their days on, their specials, and I checked it out. And there was one ring that they advised me not to wear until I could get the clamps tightened.
Really?
They were fabulous.
So that is an important.
And they do a lot of polishing and things like that.
Yeah. So I mean, they are the experts, and if it is something that is important and valuable to you, then it's worth taking the investment and making sure you keep it and keep that information that you need to just in case. You never know. So you want to just be proactive. So the last thing. Yeah, so now Nancy, I can't help but notice this gorgeous ring that you are wearing.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you saw it.
So can you tell us about this beautiful ring you are wearing?
I'd love to. I wear jewelry more or less as a calling card, so people will ask me about this group that I'm involved with, and it is called the King's Kickamagranis. And I was thinking this morning how important it is to be talking about them on this International Women's Day because of this group of ladies that we are involved with over in Kenya. They are grandmothers who have lost their grandchildren due to AIDS and HIV, and without having time to mourn, they took in their grandchildren and raised them as their own.
Incredible women.
We started this over about 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago. We started with 27 grandmothers and 64 grandchildren. And we have raised over this time probably over $200,000 through our used jewelry sales and yard sales and donations and groups helping us along the way. It's been a tremendous undertaking and so rewarding for us, and it includes the Valley. We have done shows from Annapolis to Windsor, and I'm just so excited about what's happened this week. We have a connection in Vancouver, and he has an antique store, and he's putting in a basket for jewelry. And this gentleman who heard us speak in December spends 6 months out there, and when he comes back, he's going to bring the jewelry to us.
That's
we are
amazing.
overwhelmed.
That
overwhelmed
is
with
amazing.
The
so, so this is such a great organization.
This is some of the pictures that we do in our display. We do a lot of talking around the Valley. In fact, I'm speaking next Wednesday to a group, and we will have a bit of a jewelry sale. And when I do speak, or Betsy and I do a lot of speaking, Betsy Bailey, we ask that people bring jewelry, and we tell them the story of what we do with the jewelry, I guess would be the story. And then we take it and we sort. We have a wonderful group of people, probably 35 women. We come together and have a great time. And we sort our jewelry and we put it in baskets.
Again, here's the craft.
Take it.
The craft
exactly.
bags.
It's not my thing, but and then we go around and sell it. Our next big sale is at the Wong International Center in Wolfville.
At Acadia?
Yes, on the corner of Acadia and Highland. And it's on March 22nd from 9 until 4. If you want more information, please join our Facebook site. And we always put out information about what is going on with our sales. And we have a big yard sale coming up in June.
Were you not collecting fabric as well?
Yes, we're
Can you talk
collecting
about that?
fabric, yarns. We do not take books and clothes. That's just become overwhelming. But everything else we do take, and over the past number of years, we have made over $5,000 at the yard sales, and that's just through free will donations. So the Valley has been so tremendous in supporting us in this endeavor. We just can't say enough about how they've been able to do this. And we have this wonderful lady in Kenya, Ruth Kiatha, who is our hands and feet, and she looks after everything. She lets us know what is needed, and we send her the money, and she does it. And these are some of the pictures that she sends to us about the grannies and the children. We have now started raising money for the older grandmothers. We have realized that they are getting into aging and are in desperate need of some extra help, as there's nothing over there, and they have no education. So we are busy raising money so we can allow them to go into their old age with dignity.
This amazing project, and what I love about it too, it's something that we can easily help with here too, because one of our big rules of thumb for organizing is that you can't organize clutter, right? So when we're talking about jewelry this morning, you can't organize your jewelry if you have too much stuff. And a lot of the times it's easier to release it if you know it's going for a great cause. So this is a great cause in getting, if you're downsizing your jewelry, going through, now you've seen the stories here from Nancy that where that jewelry is going to go. If you are able to donate your jewelry that you no longer wear, it's going to go and help these women in Kenya. And that is such a great project. So how can we drop off jewelry to? I just leave a bag on Nancy's doorknob.
And Laura isn't the only one that does that. It's so much fun to come home and see
treasures, but not everybody's gonna
no,
because we're not gonna give out your address. So
a lot of people, they know I'm involved with Center Stage Theatre, so if they're coming to a show, we'll drop it off at the box office, and of course everybody there knows who's
goes
for.
to Nancy.
So that works out. It can be dropped off at Betsy Bailey's in Wolfville if you know her, and if you want to call me, I've been known to meet people at the coffee shop. And,
not you.
and get the jewelry from there too. So please
contact through the Facebook page.
Yes,
King's Kickama Grannies.
Yes. Email or research King's Kickama Grannies and get on it. And
I have that tagged in the post as well.
Excellent, thanks.
So you can click on that link, and if you have,
we got lots of people involved too in the other grannies. They love to hear from everybody.
Oh, that's fantastic. So if you do have jewelry, or we're saying the fabrics and the yarns, and
the yard sale, keep your stuff until it's the first Saturday in June. Keep it till the first Friday in June. Bring it down to Lions Hall in Wolfville, and we'll sort it and take it from there, and then come back and look for more treasures.
More treasures. But that's what I love too. I say I buy a lot of my jewelry at your granny sales because is it by donation or is it by?
We have a lot by donation,
and some are
and
priced.
we have some price very, very reasonably.
Absolutely,
priced.
And that's what I love too. So I'll buy like a necklace or a fun ring or something, and even if I only wear it a few times, and then I can donate it back or let it live on. But it's fun just to try different things, and that's the way you can do it. So it's such a great cause, and I was so happy that Nancy would come on to talk about that and share her.
I came out of my shell.
Yeah, exactly. It's really hard for Nancy to come online here. I know shrinking violet here, but so really excited. So as I say, first of all, go through your jewelry, get rid of what you don't want, what you don't need, what you don't love. That is your first step. The second step is to figure out what type of personality you are. Do you want things visual? Do you want things hidden? Figure that out is your next step. And then we've showed you a couple of really great suggestions, from little craft bags to hanging bags to the beautiful piece that Aileen had made as well. So those are all lots of great ideas of things that you can do. So and if you do need help getting yourself organized, Your Last Resort will always come and help you as well. We have to put in a little plug. Nancy's laughing.
I love it.
Nancy laughing at me, but yeah, so we do everything like that. We can come and help you as well. So if you have any other questions, just write them in below, or if you want to find out more about the King's Kikama Grannies, look in the tag of the post, or you can reach out to Nancy, and where I can help you connect with her as well. So thank you very much, Nancy, for coming on. We'll be on next Friday. We're going to be talking to Suzanne Stewart. She works at Acadia, but she's a Feng Shui specialist.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I really don't know much about Feng Shui, but she's going to talk about spring cleaning and Feng Shui. So I can't wait. I'm going to learn a lot. Yeah. So that's going to be next Friday is what we're going to be talking about there. And so you can tune in and I'll let you know what time we're going to be posting that. So, and again, thank you very much for tuning in today and talking about jewelry. And you can always find us at yourlastresort.ca for lots of tips and more information about how we can come and help you. So thank you very much and have a great day.